Hello everyone, my name is Serdar Muratajar. I am currently studying design and development in mechanical engineering and automotive engineering in Hochschule Esslingen, and I am one of the students who is working in this FARO Arm measurement project. And today I'll be showing you how to calibrate the the 3mm probe and the laser probe. It will be a tricky situation. Sometimes it doesn't calibrate in one try. I would recommend, if it is right here, I would recommend you to read this manual. It will teach you a lot about the firearm, how to use it, how to set everything up, also about the compensation processes, but it won't be very detailed. That's why I'm making these videos for you guys. But it is very important you read the manual at least once or twice so you understand how the processes are done. And I will start with the whole compensation and then sphere one, and then at the end we will do a laser probe compensation, and then you can start measuring once these compensations are over. And hopefully these videos will be useful enough and explaining enough for you to be able to compensate the machine by your own. Thank you for joining in, and I'll see you in the next one. So the first things first, before the calibration, we need to go into the device center and move all the joints so that the sensors are activated. And before any kind of calibration or any kind of measurement, you should always fix your part to the table, because if the part is moving, that defeats the whole purpose of the measurement and gives you very wrong results. So the fixation of the part is very important. We will first start with this whole compensation part, and then I'll show you how to do the whole compensation. As we can see on the screen, it shows our last compensation date, last compensation temperature, which is important, and last compensation error. We will try to get a better results, but the temperature is probably higher than what it used to be at that time. We will see how it goes. So for the whole compensation, we basically have 4 motions we have to do around this whole compensation part. As we can see on the real part, there are 3 different gaps. We will put the probe in the middle of it, and then we will rotate the part into these gaps one by one. And once all the steps are done, at the end we will do a rotation around its own axis like it's shown right now. And once that is also done, this compensation of the whole will be finished. It's a little tricky process, but the more you do it, the easier it will get and you will understand. I think the biggest idea on this compensation is that we are not supposed to move the probe from this part during the whole compensation. I'll try to do it that way. Once I press the green button, that green part will be clicked basically, and then the thing will start compensating. So we go back to our setup. As I said, it's really important how you hold the arm, because it cannot rotate like this too much, but if you turn it around, then it can rotate more. And this getting stuck thing what prevents our compensation from being valid right now, so it might be important to fix that first. Yep. So I press the green button and then start the process, and then I press the green, go down the first. I press the green, go down the second gap, and then I press the green and go down the third gap. I come up, I press green, and then I press red, then I press green again to rotate around the hole. Then I press red again. And now our error is way better. As you can see, now it's a successful calibration because the error is very well within the range. So we just say save this, and then this compensation will be done. As you can see, it's 20 degrees and the date has changed. Now we will go to the sphere compensation. So next one is the sphere compensation, but the sphere compensation is a little more complex, and it is a little more hard to handle the FARO arm as well with these movements as it's shown on the screen. And if you know German, it will help you throughout the process, but I'll try to show you as much as I can how to do it. I might turn on and off the camera to the other side, because In this compensation we need to find that exact spot where we need to rotate with the arm for it to accept. I click on the compensation start and then I get the arm. So the first one is gonna be basically from top to rotating around the sphere. But it might help to use both of your hands if needed, so that the rotation is a little easier, because us touching the sphere doesn't really change anything. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then it says us, I'll show the screen, it asks us the, like right now on that right indicator, I'm just, as you can see over here, when I rotate this, that right indicator changes. So I show it again. When I rotate it, the right indicator goes into the green area. Once it is in the green area, we do exact same thing from bottom to top, I think. So we go back, we check if the both positions are green, which right now, I think right now is, but the other one on the left is not really. So it wants us to protect this rotation and this angle at all times. It will be a little rough, as I said, but it is part of the process. So right now this should be okay. Now it wants us to rotate 90 degrees and then do the whole process again, which again, before doing anything, you need to find the angle which is okay for the machine to do the process. And right now, let me show, both of the indicators are green on this angle, so we will do this process exactly on this angle. 11 support, rotating around it again. Now it wants us to rotate the arm where we hold it, yeah, like this. It wants us to do it again. Done. Now I'll show you the problem with it. Now this is a failed compensation, although the fail could be fixed. Now we know the steps, I'll repeat the whole process again and try to hit it on a successful range. So now we do the sphere compensation again and hopefully hit the correct error range. I'll use my hand and on the sphere too. That might help the smoothness of the progress. Now it wants me to rotate. Now this is within the range. And we start from exactly where we left. And on the opposite direction now. 8, 9, 7. And then we go 90-degree rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then I rotate and start from the same place. 3, 4, 11, and that's pretty much it. And I will put the compensation results right behind this video too. Now this is what the correct spherical compensation should look like. We are within the error range, so we can just save it and then it will be compensated according to right now. Now for the plane compensation and the laser compensation, you first need to open this and then put the laser probe in. Just follow. So basically, you see, it can be tricky, but usually the FARO arm will assist you. Once it's inside, you close this until you hear this sound, and then it's done. And you can already hear the laser as well. Now we put the plane compensation part on the table, and then we start plane compensation. So we have our plane set up. We click on the laser probe compensation. And then first thing is we need to measure 8 points from the plane before starting to compensate the laser. 1, 2. I'm basically hitting the green button every time I'm touching with the probe to get the readings. Once this is done, we hit the red button, and then as you can see, it is accepted, and then we can start the compensation. For the compensation, you need to hit it with an angle like this. Apparently this distance is the max, so I bring it to the middle. You need to keep hitting the green button while doing this movement. Yeah, and then we pull it back, and then it wants us to do it on this angle. We hit the green button, go in, and pull it back. It's done. Now this angle, this is basically the middle distance. We press the green button, we go in, and then we pull it out, and then from this left angle we press the green button, go in, and pull it out, and lastly directly from the top, find the middle distance, press the green button, go in, and then pull it out, and everything is correct. Now as you can see on the screen, the compensation was successful, so we save it and exit. And now the latest compensation will be today with 20 degrees. And that's pretty much it for all the compensations.